All right, let me just ask you one question. Internet rumor, I'm just going to try and see whether this is true or not true. Is it true that the first date you took her for was mountain biking and you almost made her go down a hill?
It was, it was.
Mountain biking? I mean,
You know,
Ram, seriously?
I,
Why?
I had no idea. I think that the thing was I grew up doing everything, surfing, biking, hiking, mountain.
He
leading.
didn't realize that in India, sports is
Yeah.
not a big thing. Like for us, biking is like, bicyclically or, you're just going in your streets, la 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 la, and that's it, you biked. And when he said, for the first time, he asked me, would you like to go mountain biking? I hadn't sat on a bike since 20 years, maybe more. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Because I just thought it'll be a mountain, and I just cruising down, coming down the road, and I said, yeah, of course, let's go. And then he bought me these shorts, which were like padded and all, and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And once I went on there, I was like, wow, am I really doing this? And we came down the slope, which was so, full of rocks, and because of my ego, I couldn't say that I've not done this before, I'm not going to do it. And I'm like, I'm coming down that slope, holding onto that bike for my dear life. And I look back and I say, did I just do that? And after a while, like, we were in the mountain for 45 minutes, 1 hour, and there was this one little place where I said, you know what? I can't do this. And he said, what do you mean you can't do this? I said, this is the first time I'm mountain biking. And we both started laughing. And he's like, really? You've never done this before? I said, no, I'm sorry.
And you didn't think that perhaps a candlelight dinner at some restaurant might make more
Oh, we did that
That's
later.
him. He wants to like jump off some bridge and, do
but-
mountain biking and jump off an airplane and, that's fun for
As
him.
a heart surgeon, you see death in front of you every day. And you don't take life for granted. You do everything to its fullest. And the idea was that you go and race Formula Ones, you go and bungee jump, you skydive, you surf, you do everything you can, and you want everyone around you to live life that way. And so for me, it's a little different. And with her, I took all the precautions. I had a fully suspended Gary Fisher, and I even brought these like really tight padded pants. And I thought for sure her mom would throw me out, because in India, when my grandma's days and my parents, they're like, girls always wear their knee-length skirts and all that. And she was fine with them. She's like, Bombay has changed. And she was comfortable. But I must say that I carried the bike more than she rode it, because it was a very technical ride, and there were a lot of boulders and things. And I didn't know it was behind her brother's house in Irvine and Aliso Viejo, and I didn't know how tough of a ride it was. But I was okay, and I figured she would be.
He was just cruising along, and I was like, ow! I was like, really.
Okay, so that was internet rumor to him. Internet rumor for you. Is it true that one of the first things that really, one of the reasons you married him was because of his cooking skills? Is that true?
Well, yeah, that's partially true. First of all, when I met him, he didn't know who I was. That was the most refreshing thing. Because whenever I meet people...
Then does he get a chance to still cook?
Oh,
And
yeah,
what does
he
do
loves
really
to
well?
cook. He just loves to cook. And I think I started cooking only after marriage. And a lot of the cooking that I do, I learned from him. Because he's a great cook. He can do things from scratch, like whether it's Italian or whether it's, barbecuing and, everything I've learned from him. So...
I think the key is I'm a foodie, and I love to eat. And India has amazing food. And so coming here was like a breath of fresh air. I can never come close to my mother-in-law or my mother or my cook in terms of cooking prowess. But for me, it's almost, spiritual in how you create things. And it's a way of showing love.